Hello and welcome to One North Main, BCA's magazine show, where we profile people, places, and events that make this city, our city, great. I'm Jay Miller, your host, and for the next half hour, we have 4 excellent segments for you, bringing you right home. Those segments include the Gilmore School visited Bridgewater State University's STEM program. Everyone has a voice at the Brockton Public Library as the poetry series continues. The NAACP of Greater Brockton went over to the unknown school to sell some cookbooks. And the cookbooks were healthy. Barrett Russell had picture day for the Red Sox. In addition, they also handed out their Students of the Month award. Wow. What's better than that? It's an action-packed half hour, so I want you to sit back, relax, and see what your community, the City of Champions, has to offer.
Did she make the shirts or did you?
We made them together. Chocolate. Gotta love it.
Hello and welcome to One North Main.
We are here at the Gilmore School, and we are a STEAM pilot school, which means that we do whatever we can to offer STEM enrichment activities, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics to our students to really give them a competitive edge in this global society. One of the things that you're going to see today is that we have a great partnership with Bridgewater State University, and our students actually travel over to Bridgewater State and they engage in real life science classes, college-like, if you will, hands-on modules. They get real action-based learning, and they learn a great deal about the science careers.
Oh man, what an episode we have going on today. We're on fire. We're hoping you're enjoying this show. This segment I've been looking forward to for some time now. We're at Bridgewater State University, and there is a special program going on between the Gilmore School in Brockton and the people here in the Burnell wing of the building for a little STEM activity. Yeah, it's a program that has been very successful. And we're going to learn more about it right now, so let's head on in. One of the great parts of this building is it's huge. You start at the Moakley Center, work your way back through Hot Hall, and then into the Burnell campus. Oh yeah, let's get into it now.
What we're doing is STEM, mostly for the kids in Brockton, science. And it looks like they're here. But our main goal is to develop their capacity as scientists and engineers, mathematicians, and just helping them realize that they can do that kind of work and that kind of learning, and also letting them know that Bridgewater is a place for them as they grow older.
And it looks like you have a nice partnership with the Gilmore School.
Yes. Yeah, we do a lot of work. We bring our students to their school. We try to bring them on campus whenever possible. We have a summer partnership, fall and spring partnerships, so lots of different opportunities for our education majors to interact with urban kids and to know that those kids, are lovely kids and they enjoy learning, they're fun, and also to bring the kids to campus so that they feel like campus is a place for them as they get into high school and hopefully look into colleges in the future.
We have plenty of 4th graders here today, plenty of 4th grade students. They're being checked in by the team over here at Bridgewater State. Get settled in and get to work. We heard the basics. 4th graders in to learn some STEM. Have a good time while they're doing it.
It's nice to see you again.
Thank you.
go right to a new science activity, okay? So I'm gonna have each of the teachers, they have a group of your notebooks from last week. They will call your names. If you hear your name, stand up and you'll go with that teacher.
That I'm handing you right now.
I need mirrors.
And what do you use mirrors for?
So taking a selfie.
You can look at yourself in them.
this. Or
Now- Yeah, see how you look? Now, what is that called when you look at yourself in the mirror? What is that called? Reflection, exactly. We're going to be working on reflecting laser beams off of mirrors to reach a paper target at the end. But first, I want you to hold up the mirror. Hold up to your face. What do you see?
I see myself in
Your reflection, right? Right.
a...
Now, hold it over your shoulder a little bit. What do you see?
I see some people like...
Do you see behind you?
Yeah.
Exactly. You see him, right. You can see behind you. So this is, we have these laser pointers. Now this is just a laser pointer, does not hurt. You want to put your hands up?
They blind. Sometimes I do
Just
to
a
my
little,
cat.
just a little, right? Cats like to play with them. Now a big important thing is do not put it in your eyes. Because we don't want,
It could fry.
you could get blind, that's
Fry your
true.
eye.
It could, it's just very scary, or you can get upset when somebody puts a light in your eye. Take the laser. We're gonna see if we can bounce it. Oh, see how it's on Jason's shirt right now? We're gonna see if we can get it from the mirror to the mirror.
This way.
Moving the mirrors around, see how many different places you can get the laser.
What do you have? What do they want? Lasers? Oh, it's like going. Yeah.
But we're scientists, we can do that, right? We can try a bunch of different ways. So, here we go.
We're going to be doing a super fun station called Melting Pots. Do you guys all see the paper right in front of you? Yeah. Our first step is we're going to put it into our notebook so we don't lose it. Can everyone force it out there? Isabella. From one what?
Like mine.
Put it down a little bit.
Never really done anything like this in a school setting. I've worked at summer camps where I've had to run lessons, and we've done like things like slime and stuff like that they enjoyed. But this is the first time actually like teaching a full lesson to them, which I really enjoy doing.
And as many different ways as you want. You can always move them around. You want to get the lasers to reflect off of the mirrors.
After we have to get it to that.
Mirrors and reflectivity. So I have the kids set up a maze, and they try to get a laser beam to bounce off the mirrors throughout the maze to reach a paper target at the end. And they really enjoy seeing how the laser can bounce off the mirrors, and they really enjoy seeing the practical uses of mirrors like that. They just like how you can look at yourself and your reflection and everything like that. It's just really great to see them so actively involved with science and just get so excited to come here and work with us. And for a lot of kids, school isn't really something that they're excited about, but just seeing how happy they are to come here and just work with these girls, like with us and everything, it's really good.
Am I on it? I'm on it.
Yep.
Let's try.
These lights right here. The light bulb inside gets very hot, and so does the metal part on the outside.
So don't touch it.
So don't touch it. Absolutely right.
It hurt.
That's sticky.
I'm doing it.
This is gonna start melting. I don't see them working.
I think it's melting. It's melting.
That's okay. Give it a couple minutes, and then I'll.
The NAACP of Greater Brockton has done a tremendous job over the last couple of years of promoting events that positively impact our community. One of the things they did recently is here at the Arnone School, they were promoting a cookbook for the Greater Brockton area. People from around the Greater Brockton area put together some of their favorite recipes that are healthy and oh so good. It was a lot of fun. Let's get hungry. Check it out.
Started with a garden that we planted at Champion High last September, and some of the ingredients we planted in the garden are actually some of the ingredients that some of the people put in their recipes today. So we thought, well, if we are planting a garden, why not have a cookbook? diverse as Brockton is, we thought a Brockton community cookbook would be great. So we put our heads together to come up with an idea how to project the different cultures in Brockton that we have. And we came up with a cookbook.
So we're here today to unveil the new community cookbook of Brockton. You know, this all came out of the Diversity Garden at the Keith Center. And so I thought a lot about my recipes that we use every single time at family events. And one of the recipes that we always use at a family event is what we call the Super Bowl chicken wings. You don't have a victory in the Super Bowl unless you have these chicken wings. But you have to start early because they marinate for 2 days. So it's a little molasses, it's a little ginger, it's a little garlic, it's a little soy sauce, and you cut up the chicken wings and you put them in a plastic bag and you marinate them for a couple of days, and then into the oven they go, 350 degrees for about a half an hour, and they come out nice and brown and delicious. And you know what the nice thing about them is? When you freeze them or when you reheat them, they're even better. So we hope a lot of people will come today to the unveiling at this beautiful buffet of a variety of recipes representing all of the different cultures of Brockton.
Hi, my name is Marlena Mede. I'm a member of NAACP. When they were doing the cookbook, they asked me to come with a recipe. So the one that I came up with, it's the Jiria Jonjon right here. We call it black rice. So it's rice with bean and a mushroom. So and with some Haitian spice. So this is one of the luxury dish of Haitian culture. So people can have, if you buy the book, the cookbook, you will see the full recipe how to make your black rice bean from Haitian. It's called Jiria Jonjon. Every ethnicity, every people in the community need to work together to make that Brockton that we want to live, and live a better Brockton for our children and for the next generation to come. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Joanne Zygmunt. I'm here at the launch of A Taste of Culture, Brockton's community cookbook, with my dish, Polish pierogi. My family's been making these for as long as I can remember. They are kind of like dumplings, a little bit different, filled with potato, cheese, onions, and some seasoning. They're really delicious. We usually make the stuffing 2 or 3 days ahead of time because it is a little bit of work, and the dough actually is a ton of work. So if you pick up a copy of the cookbook, you'll see that the recipe is probably the longest in the whole book. But they're really delicious. You can also make them sweet. Some people will put blueberries or other fruits inside, and then you don't have to fry them, you just boil them. And you can also change up the stuffing for the savory ones as well too. So you could do butternut squash, you could do spinach and ricotta, so you can get really creative and do some modern takes on it.
Well, listen, I made Southern oxtails, a recipe that's been in my family for, I would think, about 50 years. So in the tradition of African American families, we actually cook by taste. But when they asked me to enter into the cookbook, I decided to actually document the process that I remember from both my grandmother and from my mom, my late mother, who passed on March 29th a couple of years back, whom I miss, and I know that she's shining down upon me on heaven. So if you look at, he's showing you a picture of this. This is Southern. It is not too much of a thick gravy, but enough to make sure that the oxtails remain very moist, and also to make sure that you have, in our tradition, we like gravy on our rice. Make sure you're able to transfer a sort of a stew to your rice to give your white rice some taste. Again, you put it in the slow cooker. There is an option to cook it within 4 hours. You can do that. My preference is, like I did last night, is basically go to bed at 12, slow cooker, and come back this morning, and this is what the end product is. So the recipe clearly works. Be cautious when you make your gravy, though, so that it's not lumpy. I made sure that there was no lumps in there from the white flour, so just be cautious of that. And I'm just excited about the work that we're doing in the Brockton community.
I've been a member of the NAACP since 2000, and when I heard about this effort with Phyllis and Joanne to put together a cookbook, I just thought right away my ratatouille, which my husband and I make a lot, might be good. I'm happy that it's here. It's super yummy, very easy to make. We use fresh vegetables, but you could use frozen vegetables, and it comes out just the same. So it's really diet conscious, it's low cholesterol, it's very delicious, and it tastes really good with garden vegetables in the summertime. So I hope you will enjoy my ratatouille, French classic from southern France. It's cheap to make, it tastes delicious, and it lasts a long time in the refrigerator.
Everyone has a voice. Simple, powerful words, and they deliver a strong message. The poetry series at the library is simply on fire. We have poets from across not only Greater Brockton, but the Massachusetts region. They wrote their own poems, they shared it to a large audience, and it's really quite a powerful program. Let's check it out.
Good afternoon. Welcome to this month's Everyone Has a Voice. The Brockton Library presents. We'd like to thank Mr. Paul Engel, Director of the Brockton Library, for giving us this space to say our words. When I was growing up, there was a jar in the kitchen by the door. The jar top sealed shut, but with a slit down the middle. Underneath the jar lay the Holy Bible. Now, this glass was for the whole family and for all to see. When our tongues would slip and out came a word or words that disrespected or that were deemed obscene. Profanity. You know, the swear word, vulgar, curse, four-letter word, the dirty word. My mother would stop short and in her stern voice, not the motherly voice of comfort, would eyeball me with these three words that made me feel so small. Empty your pockets.
The skies are gray, flowers are dead. No one to talk to but voices in my head. Rivers are black and have no flow. There is no sun to help anything grow. I stand alone in this barren land, my life gone by like wind in my hand. Tombstones rise and laugh at me. Death and pain is the way it should be.
Cancer, stage 4. The days were getting shorter than short. Easter Sunday, all together again. She was strong, laughing, smiling, and happy. However, we all knew she was in pain. Our rock to the end. Her nurse said her end was near. Now hours became minutes. Where did the time go? It was Monday, her bedtime. I couldn't say goodbye. Her motherly instincts became stronger. She saw my weaknesses. She was my strength, my comfort to the end. She smiled, hugged me, and said, "It's not goodbye, Mary. It's I'll see you later in heaven."
like I'm some kind of house to live in. For you to peer through the windows, from behind the curtains, whispering about the neighbors, taking axes to the wallpaper, bearing the framework until nothing but shivering timber beams are left. You have desecrated my home. The door is locked, the shades are drawn. I have let you manifest inside my heart, and you have thrown your blows against every surface, splintering hardwood floors, caving stippled ceilings, undoing every long day of work I have put myself through, and leaving. Tool belt slung over shoulder. When my sun sets and you no longer find pleasure in swinging at my shards in the dark, striding through my garden plots as you walk back to your car. Thy words shall not condemn me, but I condemn myself. I am a house that all my lovers live in, illuminating windows in my chest that do not stay for long. I do not need them. I can stand empty and still stand.
I want to introduce our feature today, Rick McIntyre. I just want to say a couple of words that I've known Rick for 20 years now, and it's been an amazing journey to be with Rick, from the Cantab Lounge to the Lizard Lounge to AS220 in Providence, Rhode Island. Every time Rick does a performance, it's like the first time I'm watching, and I've seen Rick many times.
How to bake bread in 12 steps. Step 1, don't even try this for decades. Learn to fear the process. Step 2, don't listen to step 1. My God, it has issues. I'm step 1, I always get to go first. Forget it, who needs the negativity? Step 3, put some dry ingredients into a bowl. Realize you're recently divorced. You don't have dry ingredients. Or a bowl, so you rush out to the store to buy those things. You could have shown up at the potluck tonight with just a bag of chips, but you had to brag a little bit. I'm gonna bring fresh baked bread. I know how to do that. Liar! Step 4, just because it's so crazy it might work, this one time in your life, try reading the directions first. Step 5, suspect the recipe is lying to you. It wants you to fail. There's no way that much water is enough for all much flour. Oh my God, this is another bad life decision you have made, poet. You cry right now. Step 6, realize that your sweet tears are just what the yeast needed to grow on. Say to hell with the yeast, it doesn't love you. Put as much fucking water as it takes to roll the dough into a ball and then roll yourself into a ball. Rock gently. Step 7, put some flour on a cool, dry surface and then put on some long rubber gloves. The flour is so the dough doesn't stick. The gloves, you're not gonna wanna leave fingerprints after this. Step 8, mold the dough until it looks a little bit like whoever hurt you this bad. Add fists. I don't know how many, it's your rage, add fists. Step 9, let it go, man. Will you let it rest? I mean the dough. Let it rest for about 30 minutes. By then it'll have dropped its guard. There's no way you're done venting yet. Step 10, now it's time to show that the dough that step 8 was just a skip through sunny lollipop land compared to what's coming next. Roll your sleeves up and regress approximately 867 years. Get medieval on it. Step 11, then stop blaming everything in the world for what's wrong with your life. Then remember, you forgot to forgive yourself for being human. You also forgot to preheat the oven to 425 degrees, but it's not a big deal. There's no need to get upset about it. I don't think we have to hear that Adele CD again. Step 12. Take the dough and separate it into 2 parts. Put both of those in the oven. And while you're doing that, think of all the pain you thought that would never get better and did, and use that to transform these things into the food you will feed to people you may not even know, body and soul, and then give yourself some break. You did it. You made bread. It gets easier.
Oh man, we come to an event sometimes and we don't know what to expect. Today is that perfect day. We're at the B.B. Russell School, and not only is it Red Sox Pictures Day because it's the first home opener for the Red Sox, it is Student of the Month Day and some more activity. You just don't know what you're going to get at the B.B. Russell. All you know, it's going to be a beautiful thing. Let's check it out. It's the B.B. Russell School, none other than Joanne Camillo, principal. Joanne, you got a lot happening today.
Yes, we do.
We walked in, and it was just a Red Sox Pictures Day, and so much more happened.
Yes. So it was it's the home opener. So we tried to do a little school spirit. So we have children who are wearing their Red Sox gear, but it happens to be Student of the Month Day. So we had our Student of the Month presentation. So I'm glad that you were here to see that. And then I thought it would be fun for you to see some classroom activities. So that video clip is of our students doing dance called Gross Motor. That's moving their bodies, doing a dance activity that they were doing in the classroom. So thank you for coming.
Do they do that every day?
Yeah, pretty much. We have our little schedules and routines, and that's usually part of morning circle. They'll do some sort of a gross motor activity or a song. Mm-hmm.
What do you like best about it? You've been here for how many years now?
The preschool's been here for 2 years. We've been here for 2 years.
You, Joanne Camillo.
Oh, me, I've been here for 32 years, Jay.
32 years,
32
long time,
years
enjoying it.
Yep, loving every minute, living the dream. No, this is a great place. Yeah.
Joanne Camillo, great principal, excellent school over here at the B.B. Russell. Always something happening. That's why we like to go visit. Thank you, Joanne.
Thank you, and come back for the Special Olympics in May. That'll be a joy. You'll love that. Thank you.
We'll be there.
Here we go, back to Jay Miller.
Well, there you have it, Brockton. Another One North Main in the books. Another great success. Thanks to all of you out in the community that helped put together another great One North Main episode. To learn more about Brockton Community Access, please visit our website at bcatv.org. You can also check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/TheBrocktonChannels, all one word. For everyone at the One North Main crew, including producer Aaron Tebow and executive producer Mark Lindy, I'm Jay Miller. We'll see you around town.